Hello, everyone, and welcome to Wingcat Sports. We are doing our weekly Red Wings review, talk about the games that happened during the week, also what's coming up. They did play 3 games this week, if I remember correctly. No, 4 games. 4 games this week from what we talked about. The Blue Jackets, Penguins, Senators, and Flames, they swept the week, as you predicted. They would
Yes, I
sweep
called it, man.
the week. First game was in Columbus. Reimer got himself a shutout in his first game as a Red Wing. Fantastic game by the Red Wings there. Overall, 4-0 was the final score. They outshot Columbus 28-23. Had 10 hits. They won 37 faceoffs compared to the 18 by Columbus. And they have been very good on the power play so far this year, being a top unit. 2 goals in that game on the power play, and also being good about not taking too many penalty minutes.
Yeah, the power play is saving them. Are we going to go like one game at a time or something like
Yeah.
that? Okay. Yeah, power play is saving them. We expected them to pretty much handle Columbus with ease, and they did. It was it was just what you expected. You know, they all played it really well. Um, we'll go one game at a time.
Yeah,
Okay.
Columbus is game. You expected to beat Columbus. Like I said, they're not the greatest team. They did what they had to do. They took care of business. And then they came back home after that, faced Pittsburgh, scored 6 goals on them, won 6-3. Was a good game there too. They were outshot 33-29, but again, the power play goals happening each game. They had 2 against Pittsburgh. So the power play staying strong, but they showed a good outing against Pittsburgh.
Right, Pittsburgh was their toughest game of the week. Pittsburgh with their new lineup with Erik Karlsson. Actually, we jumped out in front of them. We played really well, and then Husso took over and kind of kept us in it as Pittsburgh mounted their mini comeback that didn't quite make it, and we ended up scoring a few empty netters at the end of the game. But Pittsburgh's going to be a fun team to watch with us. They're like my second favorite team. I really like Sidney Crosby, and I hope they're there with us at the end.
They played well. I was worried that they were going to win it, but they held on. They won 6-3. It was another good game. Then was the game of the week for us overall. The big game. You wanted to go into Ottawa. You wanted to at least show that you were a decent team, and you went into Ottawa and did show you were a decent team. You ended up beating them 5-2, staying on that track of being the highest scoring team in the league. As at this moment, they are the top team in the league in scoring, which is not something I expected at the beginning of the year. But you went in there. You, in my opinion, I don't know if you should have won the game, but you won it. You were outshot 37-23. They did push you around. They outhit you. They won more faceoffs than you did. They had more power play opportunities, but that is where you made up in the game against Ottawa. You had 3 power play goals in that game. But overall, I think Ottawa did push you around still a little bit, but you held your ground and you still won.
A little bit. I don't think it was that noticeable. I thought we handled them pretty easily. They may have had more shots on goal, but we have. I would guess, and you have the stat there. Seemed to me like we had the better quality of chances, or just a better goaltender, by far. And our, like you said, our power play has been amazing, and it saved us in a few games and stuff. But that's hockey, and that's what you need. It's the teams that have the good power plays and get good penalty kills that go far.
Yeah, they held on, right. DeBrincat showing up even in Ottawa in his homecoming. They were booing him the whole game, but he showed up, continuing his scoring streak throughout the beginning of this year, being the top scorer in the league along with Larkin to start out the year.
I
And
think
then
go ahead. I think Ottawa was the only game he didn't get a point in. That was the funny thing, but he played really well.
he did play well. And then going to the game that just finished as we're making this video, the Red Wings beating the Flames 6-2 at home to end the week. DeBrincat getting himself a hat trick, staying on top of that scoring streak that he's been on. And I would say he's probably the number 1 star of the week, along with Larkin, and then our goaltending for a couple of the
I think he
games.
can win like 2 weeks in a row. He can win Player of the Week or something like that. Maybe
He played well this week.
he. Oh, I no one played better that I know as far as points wise. He What really impressed me is that always those games after 2 days in a row. That second game is usually, especially if you win the first one, you kind of lay down. They didn't lay down a bit. Calgary was off, ending a long road trip too, so they were pretty tired. but I thought it was a pretty good game, pretty high energy
Yeah.
game, and they just took it to them.
Yeah, the shots wise for the game, it was 31-30. Calgary had more shots by 1. Reimer did play very well in goal, though. They did out hit us. We only had 6 hits during the game, according to the stats. We won the face-off battle, though. We didn't score any power play goals today, so that probably hurt our percentage, but we're still have been a top power play unit so far this year. We didn't take that many penalties today. We didn't really get that many. We got 7 takeaways, which probably helped us in the game a lot, along with, but we also gave away the puck 12 times. So
Right.
gave back and forth throughout the game. But it was overall a really good week for the Red Wings to start out. Not really something I fully expected right away, but you're tied amongst the top. If Boston loses, you're tied amongst the top of the division. You're up there. You are fighting for the division as we speak, which if they can do that the whole year, that'd be great.
I think Larkin looks reborn with the Brinket on his wing. They said that all day. He just all the pressure was on him to carry. He doesn't have to carry this team now. We got a much deeper team, not just the first line, but pretty much all through the fourth line. Sprong, guys, high energy guy has really shown up. I mean, I can't say enough about the fact that just the team energy is so good. And I think, like I said, if they can stay healthy, if the Brinket can stay healthy and Larkin, that's going to be a very potent line for pretty much most of the season.
And you're not worried at all about whoever's behind you, right? For your goaltending sake. You knew Husso might be okay, but you didn't know how Reimer was going to play. You don't know how Lyon's going to play yet because he has yet to play a game.
Right.
But Reimer, in his 2 games, he has played fantastic. He hasn't let up any goals. He's been playing well. There's nothing we really have to fully worry about goaltending wise, it seems like so far this year until something happens. But it's looking good.
Right. It's still early, but like I said, you can't. I'm just. They look like a much, much, much better team.
We are through the first 6 games because we're 5-1 now. We have averaged 4.8 goals a game, almost 5 goals a game, which is pretty good. It's probably not updated yet. I think it is 5 goals because we scored 6. We scored just as many points today as the Lions. So take that as you will for your little joke there towards the Lions, how they played this week. But they scored just as many points.
Beat the Lions today and scored 7,
but they're averaging, I believe, 5 goals a game now. Their power play still at the top. They're doing really, really well. So the next game we are playing is against a very strong team out in the West, and that is Seattle. Seattle, however, has not started the year good. They're 1-4-1. You're probably going to beat them if they're going to not be starting off as high as they have been. Their points leader only has 5 points compared to ours, which is Larkin with 9. The Brinkets leading our teams in goals with 5. Theirs is James McCann with 2 goals. And then Larkin again with the assists. So we have that powerful first line. I don't think Seattle's going to be able to stop us.
No, I mean, I don't. Like I said, if we keep up this kind of energy, it's going to be hard for most teams to stop us. I think, like I said, and Sprong, I'm sure he wants to beat his old team too. So I expect that to be a win.
Costin should be back by then. He did get hurt during the week. He should be back by Tuesday, they said. So hopefully he's not out for too long. And that it's just maybe he'll be back in time for the game on Tuesday.
He didn't get hurt in the fight, did he? Is that what?
I don't think it was the fight
that
he was in. Your next game coming up on Thursday is against the Winnipeg Jets, starting out 2-3. The Jets, they got Hellebuck, a top goalie in the league. You are at home, though, so even though home ice isn't the biggest thing in hockey because anybody can win anywhere fully, but you might not be able to get Winnipeg. I don't know how much of a win streak you can start the year on. I do think you have the ability to beat Winnipeg, no doubt. But I don't know if you're going to be able to keep up after continuing a win streak as long as you need it to go, or as long as we think it can go.
Right. I mean, it's hard like in hockey. A 5-game win streak is a pretty damn good thing. But I do think, like I said, catch these teams while they're not at their best. Seattle's a good team. Winnipeg is a good team. But if they're not playing, their best at this point, okay, Take advantage of it.
So far, Hellebuck is 2 for 2 this year. He has a 4.38 goals against average, so he's letting up 4 goals a game, and only has a save percentage of 878. If he's playing like that when we play him, you're going to beat him. You're going to continue to go on a win streak most likely because you'll probably beat Seattle. And if Winnipeg's playing how they're playing, you'll probably beat Winnipeg.
Right.
And then the last game we got to worry about in the week is going to be the big one. For us, it's against Boston. This is your away game this week. You're going to be playing the Bruins on Saturday night. Right now, they are 4-0. As of right now, I don't know what their score is of making this video. I think they are playing right now. They are not playing right now. They are playing that. They play at 8:30. They play at 8:30. We got about 40 minutes till that puck drops.
Incredible Ducks.
So if they lose to the Ducks, you're tied at the top, and that's going to be a game decide who's in the top of the division. I did not think Boston would start this strong this year. I didn't think they'd be as good of a team, but they have started strong, and that is probably going to be your first big test of the season.
I think they've had big tests already, and I think Boston is just I think I can't wait to play them. I'll give up one of the games in the week if that takes it just to beat Boston and stuff. Maybe we can save ourselves and lose to Winnipeg or something like that.
Yeah, I mean Pastrnak is leading their all three scoring stats and points, goals, and assists.
I would expect that,
right? Like I said, Larkin's currently leading our
centering their lines now.
It might be
Pavok or whatever his name is, or they got that weird.
I don't know exactly who their centers are.
Something like that.
I haven't paid as much attention to their centers of who it might actually be and that they might have, because I know Pasternak's on their top line and probably Marchand's on their top line.
Oh yeah.
So it's all up.
Actually, they split those two up.
Oh
so, well. But I know that they were Paklov and stuff like that. I was just wondering other new centers. They were going to kind of like promote from within for that.
Yeah. Bring guys up.
Right. So the third and fourth liners from last year are now going to be the first and second.
I kind of little look into how Boston's played so far. They're averaging 3.25 goals a game compared to our 4.8, which is 5 now. They've only allowed, though, 1.5 a game. They have been very good defensively.
Which they always are.
Which we have allowed 2.6 goals a game. Boston has beaten the likes of the Rangers when they were 4, so I gotta go the last 4 games.
Good team.
That was the preseason. Their regular season games have been against the Blackhawks, the Predators, the Sharks, and the Kings.
Well, geez, they suck. All 4 of them suck. Well, the Kings don't suck.
Kings don't suck. They're a good team.
3 of them suck.
Sharks not good. Predators not great. Blackhawks still bottom in the barrel, even though they got Bedard.
Come on.
So
yeah.
We might be their first test because they play the Ducks, the Blackhawks, the Ducks, then us.
Oh, geez. Well, yeah. I mean, God, that doesn't surprise me as much now.
So
I've seen who they played.
After that, their week after they face us, they face us, the Panthers, and then going into November, they'll play the Maple Leafs, us again, and then the Stars. So they're about to get a quick awakening that they are a good team or not the second they start facing us, I guess, because they haven't played anybody to start this year.
I'd be more than likely, like I said, when one of those, I'd love to be Boston.
If I had to do a prediction for the week, I'm gonna say you probably are gonna end up losing to Boston. I don't think you can sweep this week. I do think you'll get a win, both your home game wins against the Kraken and the Jets, though, and probably lose to Boston in a close game. But you might beat Boston.
I'm gonna go nuts. I said we swept last week and we won. I'm gonna say we're gonna sweep this week too.
Yeah, you're saying we're gonna start our season with 8. We're gonna lose 1 game and then go 8 straight wins. That's what you're saying?
Yep. I think we're gonna go on a streak here.
I mean, if you start the year on that, that's
because
great.
I'm telling you one thing: if there's one team they're going to get up for, it's going to be Boston. They're going to want to play. This team, I think, is really kind of jacked. They want to do something.
Your losses are either going to be your loss this week is either going to be the Jets or to the Bruins.
That means I'm predicting us to go 9-1, right, in our first 10 games.
You're going to go. Well, no, you're going to be
6-1 now, right?
Yeah, 5 and
we're 5-1.
5-1.
So I'm predicting we're going to go 8-1.
5-1, right? 1, 2,
by the end
3,
of the week.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, 5-1. We're 5-1. So you're predicting that we will be 9-1 by the end of the week.
Yes. I just
You're
I just
riding
think
high.
I don't see much of a threat to Seattle. I mean, maybe that sounds stupid, but
riding high. You're hoping that we are just going to start this season out.
I can't really predict one
keep
or the
on
other,
going.
but I think we're going to beat Boston, and I think we certainly will beat one of the two teams in the middle.
Listen,
maybe both.
I will predict we will have one loss. It's either going to be the Boston or it's going to be the Jets. You should take care of Seattle. Perfectly
I
fine.
think we're going to lose to Boston.
The Jets.
I think we're going to lose to
the Jets. You have Hellebuck coming back home to play in Michigan, so he might show up.
Man,
but we'll see what
what's
happens.
the chances of getting Hellebuck on our team?
We're not.
Trade all our goaltenders.
We're not going to get Hellebuck on the team. But
trade all our goaltenders.
Well, let's hope for a good week of Red Wing hockey. Get us to Monday night to watch the Lions, and hopefully they not mess up either. With that being said, though, if you like what you see, like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, and until next time, hope to see everybody soon.